Into the evening is also McAllen here. We've got a lot of talent coming out of McAllen, so I want you to give it up for our next performer, Mr. Phil Cortez, everybody! Phil Cortez! Oh, you can do better than that. Mr. Phil Cortez, everybody!
How's it going, y'all? Yeah, so I'm dressed as Rocco. They told me I had to wear pants though, so that's probably why y'all don't recognize it. Yeah, I'm actually from Edinburgh though. I think Roy's been getting everyone's location wrong. But I live in Edinburgh. I live on a street called M Road, and no one knows what the M stands for, but I do. I've lived there my whole life. We live right down the road from a sewage plant, and so the M stands for mierda. Yeah, great city planning from Edinburgh. But yeah, I've lived here my whole life. My Spanish isn't that great. That's the only Spanish word I know. Yeah, in high school I actually failed Spanish. I was busy rolling my J's instead of rolling my R's. Yeah, but the other day I was actually on the phone with my mom and I asked her what was harder, when she gave birth to me or when she quit smoking. And she said she wasn't sure because she did both at the same time. Yeah, I'm the boy who lived, like everybody. I just really hope I'm not still poor though when my mom dies. I'd hate to have to ask my brother to spot me for her funeral, like it's a pizza. I mean, either way, they're both going in the oven. Alright. Relax. I told my mom that joke and she said, hey, as long as I'm thin and crispy. So I got it. Yeah, but both my mom and my dad have actually decided they both want to be cremated and they want me to hold on to their remains. I thought it was because I was a more responsible child, but it turns out it's just payback for becoming a comedian and making jokes about them. Yeah, they want me to be old and say I'm still living with my parents. It's always fun whenever I hang out with my younger brother and my younger sister. We always have the same argument about who's been disappointing our parents the most. Yeah. Really, I'm not too sure, but they really don't set the bar too high. Mostly because there's a vertical. One of them is usually behind them, and the other one dances on them for a living. I won't tell you which is which, but my brother is a really good dancer. Yeah, his stage name is Magic Valley Mike. Anybody else laid on their light bill? Yeah, but it's pretty cool. My dad, I am married. My dad gave me some advice before I got married. He said, Phil, get a prenup. And great advice. Now if my wife tries to leave me, she won't get any of my Funko Pops. All my collectibles stay with me. I'm gonna be like Willy Wonka. You signed the contract, you get nothing. Good day, madam. But yeah, I've also been hanging out with my grandma a lot recently, and I've gotten her into a few things. One of the things I got her into was like our slang, our terminology. So whenever she lights her prayer candles, she says that's lit. Yeah, pretty awesome. Another thing I got her into was a TV show called Breaking Bad. Yeah, I had to show it to her in reverse though. That way it's about a drug lord that becomes a family man. It's a lot more wholesome that way. It's awesome when she goes preaching the good word of Walter White to all her church friends. And the last thing I got her into was dating apps. Yeah, it's about the same reaction as my family. They were pretty disappointed in me, mostly because my grandpa's still alive. For now, but I'm just trying to make sure I get those Spider-Man underwears every Christmas. Gotta secure that. Yeah, my grandma's a funny person. One of her requests for when she dies and gets buried is to be buried with her loteria card. Yeah, she doesn't want her friends to know how big of a cheater she was. Yeah. My grandma's actually on social media, but I think my brother forgot that because the other day he asked for prayers for an upcoming test. And so my grandma wrote this whole prayer. She sent a picture of her lit candle. But my brother failed to mention it was a drug test. He failed. My grandma lit the candle for nothing. I don't know if y'all are familiar with that viral trend online where like all the grandkids get together and go sleep at the grandparents' house. Yeah, I tried to get my cousins and my siblings to do that, but no one wanted to sleep at the cemetery with me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It got pretty lonely. Sorry, let me see where I'm at. Alright, so I'm gonna try not be too vulgar or dirty, but me and my wife, we actually have a maid fantasy for the bedroom. Nothing sexual, it's just a fantasy for a maid to clean our bedroom. Yeah, none of us wanna do it. Yeah, me and my wife, we actually used to run a child daycare, but it got shut down during COVID. And recently we reopened it back up, and now we're more successful than ever. Except now we're a doggy daycare. Yeah, the trick was keeping the kennels, just switching what you put in them. Yeah, but my wife is actually here. She's recording for me. She's an awesome person. She works for a nonprofit animal shelter. Yeah, so that's the second nonprofit she works for on the first. Yeah, doing comedy pays no bills. But she does work for a nonprofit animal shelter. She actually just got a raise recently. She got promoted and she got a raise, so we got a new car. And it's pretty great because the old car was starting to crap out on us, but I still drive it. And so on the new car, it's got some pretty great new features. One of the new features is the press to start button. Yeah, on the old car, it was pray to start. Turn the ignition. I had to put holy water in the windshield wash just to give it an extra boost. But I do let my wife drive the new car, mostly because of my road rage. It's really bad. We really shouldn't be though for someone that's never been in a fight. Yeah, the last fight I was in was against my wife, and she won. Yeah, it was a tickle fight. I won't tell you where she was tickling me. Yeah, but my road rage is really bad. Whenever, it shouldn't be though, because I drive around when wearing my company shirt with my company logo on it. So whenever I'm flipping cars off, I have to cover it up. Looks like I'm doing some weird salute. Yeah, but the pizza sign on top of my car is a dead giveaway. Listen. I'm gonna end it right there, y'all. Follow me on Instagram, Phil Cortez Comedy. Thank you all so much. Give it up for your host, Lord.